when I lose, I'm win. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Oh, cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it all, though it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
All of me, all of you. So, in what relationships do you think it's best to give your whole self? You think it's good in relationships with like teachers
Yeah,
to try your best, right?
yeah,
What about relationships with your family?
yeah,
What about romantic relationships?
yeah. I mean, if that's a difficult one because I feel like you should do it when the other person is actually
Doing it. So,
yeah,
when it's a two-way romantic relationship.
yeah.
Sure, I agree.
But this is not just for the romantic. I
Yeah.
feel
I think the song might be written more for a romantic relationship, but
right,
it doesn't mean that's the way that the listener has to interpret it.
right,
You know, there's lots of ways of having positive relationships. There's also lots of people in the world to have positive relationships with. You know, it doesn't just have to be a significant other. It can be people you work with, it could be friends, it can be,
family.
you know, all kinds of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the important thing to remember. All right. All right. So I chose all Disney songs.
Oh,
I've
okay.
got Let It Go, How Far I'll Go, Colors of the Wind, Show Yourself, A Whole New World, or I See the Light.
Let's do Colors of the Wind. I mean, we've only done that like once or twice.
I haven't done that very much at all.
Right.
Okay. Very good. What do you like about that song?
Well, um, well, I don't know. I mean, um, huh, I don't know. I mean, hmm. I mean, what do you like about it?
I like one that it's, I mean, I think it's trying to educate somebody about something that they may not know something about.
Right.
You know, like where she's saying, "You think I'm an ignorant savage? You know, been so many places, so I guess it must be true."
Yeah.
You know, like, and so she's like trying to talk to somebody who has a different life perspective than her.
Right.
And she's saying, you know, well, have you even really opened your eyes and seen what's around you, sort of thing.
Right.
So I like the fact that it's like an educational kind of song too.
Yeah.
That it's like, you know, these are the things I love and why I love them, sort of thing too. Have you ever experienced anything like that where you feel like that you're talking to somebody who might have a greater life experience and it might make you feel smaller or not smart or something like that?
Maybe. I was think more like on the lines where like kind of where like they're like well they're not like they're like they're like well you you've it seems like you're this but then you come back and like well have you ever actually seen what else is like so kind of not necessarily what you just said but like kind of the way you were also talking about the song.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, you've seen these things and I haven't, so these things must be true, sort of thing. But have you even really noticed these things? Like,
Right.
I love the expression too, like have you ever heard the wolf cry,
Bobcat.
or the bobcat
Right.
cry to the.
No, the wolf cry and the bobcat. Why he grinned?
Yes, if you have ever asked the
Eh,
bobcat why he grinned. Yeah, so like, have you ever taken the time to see these things? Have you ever seen, this? And, I love the expression, the color of the wind.
Yeah.
And, so I feel like there's like an educational component to the song.
Right.
Like, don't judge something you don't know about.
Right.
I love it. All right, your choice.
Fight, it's true. I will rescue you. Oh, oh, I will rescue you. You kind of messed me up a little bit. Cause
I did not know the song at all.
really,
Nope.
cause I mean, we've done it before.
That would be the only time that I've ever heard it, is when we've done it before. I don't know the song itself, so I'm sorry that I messed you up. Which part did I mess you up?
Well, I knew the exact like beat that is, and you were trying to figure out the beat.
It's true. You got it wrong. Okay. So we have what what do you think about that song?
Well, I mean, well, I really like it. I think it's talking about um um and and in your hardest in the in your hardest times, you're not alone.
Okay. Yeah, but you're not alone.
Yeah.
It's true. You are not alone, for sure. Okay. I will rescue you. So, do you think this is somebody singing to somebody else? Do you think it's somebody singing as if it was from like God's perspective?
Yeah, I think it's from like God's perspective.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll go to the next song. We can do Let It Go. How far I'll go. Show yourself. A whole new world. Where I see the light.
Um, a whole new world. I oh wow, great. We both know. I can show you the world shining.
Yeah, I think too, it's like this exciting new thing. So
Right.
sometimes, like when we meet new people or
Yeah.
do new things or something new happens in our lives, it can feel really exciting, really exhilarating.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's kind of this like, oh, I just met somebody like that. There's obviously some sort of interest between the two of them. That
Yes.
we've got this whole new world and everything's so great, and we are gonna have all these new magical things.
Right.
And I think that's the part, the takeaway for me. Sorry.
Wondered what that
It
was.
was. It looks really. It looks like it probably smells really good.
What?
It's lotion. I mean, it doesn't really have much of a smell.
Oh.
Just lotion. Yeah. But yeah, so I think, have you ever had experienced anything in your life what felt like new and exciting where you're like, this is going to be so great, it's a new opportunity, this is.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh well, I was just saying. I think, like, I didn't. I couldn't remember a specific time, but like, I feel like I have, but like, I'm not
Not sure.
right.
Okay. All right. You pick a song. Got time for a couple more songs.
This version is confusing. I think I saw you. I don't care. Go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Ooh, 'cause in the sky, 'cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. See you. Now that I see you. I saw that you did there. You were doing the back.
Huh.
Sometimes it's harder to do that with these songs, and sometimes it's easier.
Yeah.
It just depends on how often they go back and forth.
This one was a little bit trickier because I felt like it was a lot of them together.
Really?
Too, like a little bit more. Whereas,
Well, I thought the other one would have been harder
yeah,
because because they went back and forth quite a bit. But
yeah,
with this one, it didn't seem they did.
it didn't go back and forth quite as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it made it easier to kind of be in like a routine.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it like more like it caught me off guard. But I also know that song. I know A Whole New World better than I know the Tangled song.